Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media. My name is Nate Zion. As usual, we bring you the best trending news in association football. And as you guys know, the main topic for today's episode is more based on Manchester United, the takeover. Besides that, we have other news that in terms of our table of content that we'll be talking about, and also we'll be talking about the WSL game, which is between featuring Manchester City and Chelsea tomorrow. It's another big game, and we have Paige on the platform that will take us through that. And I'm also here, and we will get into that topic. But besides that, let me introduce. I think I will introduce my panel to you later on after the introduction of whatever we have on our platform here, and it's circulation is a big news, and we know yesterday was the news of Bayern Munich, you know, having Thomas Tuchel back on their platform as they sack Nagelsmann. But today we are gonna pay so much attention and go down deeply in terms of what is going on with Manchester United. Manchester United, one of the most iconic football club in world history, it has the subject of intense scrutiny and recent months due to rumors and potential takeover. And here are some of the problems and questions being asked regarding the possible accusation. And this is what I want to say that what Manchester have been going through over the months. It's been rumored that the takeover of Manchester United has raised concern about the club's ownership and structure, financial stability, team management, fan backlash, and long-term plans. But then the main key things that we will focus or pay attention to is the ownership structure, the financial concern, the impact on team management, the fan backlash, and also how much the Glazers won for Manchester United. And also, like I said, WSL game, Chelsea versus Manchester City. We will look into that. And also other transfer and contract updates we have on our platform. We'll be talking about Alex Matos to Chelsea, which we did talk a little bit about that yesterday, because yesterday we gave the show to Bayern Munich, and also we'll be talking about Chelsea interest in Rafinha. I don't know why Chelsea want Rafinha back on the in the team, but also we're going to talk about Tammy Abraham back to Chelsea FC. How possible that I know Chelsea have a say in where Tammy Abraham goes next in terms of his footballing career. And also Chelsea wants a Joao Felix move to be permanent. And also Man United in for Matteo Kovacic. How relevant is that? We'll look into that. And also we were talking about Dembele replacement for Anthony Martial. Our brother Brandon is on the platform. He also take us through that if it's head than rumors. And also Victor Osimhen's real price. How expensive is Victor Osimhen, and can Manchester United afford 170 million for the hot striker in European football? And also we're talking about Rafael Vega to Arsenal. So this is the table of content, and this is what we have. And before we get into the nitty-gritty of anything, I want to introduce my panelists, which is Brandon and Paige. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the stream again.
Hello guys, it's nice to see you again. It's been a while since I've been on. But yeah, it's nice to be back on the live stream talking something a little bit different. That's not in my team, but we move.
Yeah. I don't know what Paige, there's a sound coming off. I think your background, there's a sound coming in. I don't know what is it.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Brandon, mute yours real quick. Let me know where the sound is coming from. You got to figure that out. Okay. I can't tell right now because I think it's coming from Paige. There's a noise.
Okay, give me a minute.
It's like a machine running. It's like a machine running. You hear that? Yeah. Brandon, can you mute yours?
Yeah,
it
was.
Right? Yeah, I'm alright. I think it's coming from Paige.
Yeah, it was. You're letting the stream down.
no, it's all right. It's all right. So yeah, we'll get into the show. Brandon, I'm gonna start with Brandon here. Danny Boy, big up to you, Danny Boy. Danny Boy, so who is buying the club at this moment? We don't know yet. Salute, big up to the Samurai, big up to you. I hope you're doing very well. And also Lord VIP Nation said hi. Hi Lord, how you doing? And send me the link. Yes, sure, I will send you the link, bro. Big time. I will send it to you as soon as I get the information. Sure. Lord Vipanation said he said the notes stay at Brooklyn, and also no Bambi Abraham Osman, please, not my money, let's buy him. Okay. Coming from Lord, why does it sound like someone is in the mall? Okay, it sounds like that page you work on it. Oh my god. And reminding okay, reminding May. Okay, get that. That is up to the chills. I'm fasting. I'm fasting to that Lord. This is a big up year. Fasting. I know fasting time, Ramadan time, but still friends make it up to the stream today. I'm gonna send a link right here to my brother and see what he has to say in terms of our topic today. So CFCOG, you got it. Checking your inbox, is right there. You should be able to get it right now. As of now, I don't know what my thing is telling me we have. Okay, but we're gonna go. Also, okay, what we have here. Okay, I've sent that to you. Rickspect, I tried once in Dubai. Not easy. That's coming from Abdi Chills. And also we have hi, I'm a big fan. I know you are a big fan. I hope you're doing very, very well. Check your inbox and let me know, MDS. Check your inbox and see, or check your thing and see if you've received it from me. Chelsea have a few player fasting. I know that. I don't know what's going on here, but let me see what is going on here at this moment. Okay. All right. I think a page is back. Brandon, I don't know what's happening with this. All right, we have that there, and there's a big up chills. That is up to chills. So we have MDS that I have a thanks. Okay, I'm glad you do. Boring, blue clouds. Where is the energy is right here. Do not worry. I was just trying to cross things out. The energy is right here. I have a thanks. Okay, the energy is right here. Lord, I don't see the intensity. Intensity is right there, bro. Intensity. Let's get into it. Brandon has to change his profile picture. Let me start from Brandon. Brandon, what's going on with Manchester United, Brandon? Let's go.
What isn't going on? Obviously, Wednesday night was the deadline
Right.
for 9 p.m. and it came out on Sky that the Qataris had put a bid in, and that Sir Jim Ratcliffe had put a bid in, and 6 other unknown people had put a bid in. Thursday morning, it turns out it was all rubbish. The same Sky source said his sources were wrong. There weren't any bids, and it just at that point looked like it was a massive mess. Fast forward a couple hours, Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos then say they have put a bid in formally, and then it was the Qataris who wanted, more time to, fix their package, their deal, finalise it, and then they want to submit it. And then a couple hours ago, they submitted their bid, which is apparently in the region of 5 billion, the same as Jim Ratcliffe. The main difference being the Qataris bid is debt free, whereas Ratcliffe's bid comes with debt, which the Glazers did when they first bought the club. So I prefer Qataris out of the two, but you don't know who's going to
Ratcliffe.
It's pure Glazers.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brandon, for taking us through that. Big up to
Yeah.
you, Gunnar. Big up to you, CFCOG. Welcome to the platform again. But before I get to
Big
CFCOG,
up, man. Big up.
I want to know what page in terms of the United. Do you have anyone? I know you're not really a United fan, but I want to know if you have any of the news you want to add
So,
into
you know, I
what
want
Brandon
Ratcliffe.
just said. Yeah.
I was hoping from the beginning.
All right. I'll come back to you, CFC. Mr. OG, I'll come back to you. Let's Page. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Page.
Honestly, pass the stage to him. United, nah, not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. So I'll pass that on to someone who can chat about them more.
All right, CFCOG, bro, take it over. What's going on with Manchester United
Yeah,
at this
man.
moment?
I mean, I wish that Ratcliffe took over, just for, almost like a funny point of view. But the reality is that they all wanted Qatar Group. He probably will get it. The only thing about them is that, they carried what I called, remember last time I made it up, the Arab curse. I was like, oh, they haven't won a Champions League. And I swear that's all they won. Because like, you see how they always show off their paintings and their lions and diamond encrusted watches. They want Champions League to show all their mates, like PSG. Who else? Newcastle. Obviously, they just got him, but Man City. I'm hoping if that's the only silver lining, they're good at winning the league titles. That's all they seem to do. The Qatar or whatever group of invest, they all good with. I can see Newcastle even winning a league title one day, but that Champions League seems to be the thing that's eluding them. And us, like we know how Abramovich was famous for it. Russia itself, they love Champions League, especially back then. Premier League wasn't the top thing. Champions League was always, top. So that's where we are at the moment. So good luck good luck getting the Qataris, and I know they're gonna hook you up, and you end up buying these crazy players like De Jong and maybe even Osimhen. Them crazy ones. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, let's see how that goes.
as of now, they have been linked with Osimhen. I just heavily linked with Osimhen for 170 million. Would they spend that much money? I'm not so sure if Mr. Ratcliffe is going to spend that much of a money on Victor Osimhen. And we know how Napoli owner, what's his name again? De Laurentiis. I'm not sure if that's the name. How crazy it is in terms of doing a deals of that magnitude. If a player is on high form, on top of his game,
Mm.
it doesn't allow that player to go that easy. You have to spend a fortune. Look how long it took Koulibaly to leave Napoli. So let's see how things go with Victor Osimhen in terms of Manchester United. And from what I've read, and my opinion, I don't think United fans really want Mr. Ratcliffe. I don't know why. He's one of them. He should be one of them. He's a supporter of the football club. He also lives in London. I mean, he invests in England, and he spends all his money there. Workers and everyone are coming from there. But the United fans don't want him. I think what I know from what I know is he's still going to buy the football club, but then still going to leave behind some debt. Let's go back to Mr. Brandon again. Is that a reason why the United fans don't want Mr. Ratcliffe buying the football club?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same as having Glazers again. They're buying it through debt, whereas with Qataris, they are completely getting rid of that debt with their purchase. And having a debt-free club is just so much better than having someone who might fit the club more with a fan perspective of, he's local, he says he supports the club, but getting rid of that debt would be pivotal. And you got to remember, Ratcliffe, as much as he says he supports the club, he tried to buy Chelsea as well. So...
Right.
So he has
I
a
was told,
season
he's a
ticket for
proper
Chelsea,
true
apparently.
fan.
yeah, I was told he's a season ticket holder. Chelsea. All right, that's what we have here. Gunnar said, "Big up, boys," and then he said, "Jim Ratcliffe is the right man for Manchester United," and that is coming from Gunnar. Also, banter aside, I don't think Ratcliffe is as bad as what people make him out to be. He is gonna do better than Glazers because those widows don't have a clue. All United need is some structure. Yes, it's some structure. It's what we also going to talk about here. I said there's some key things that I want to point fingers at in terms of ownership structure, financial concern, impact on team management, and also fan backlash, and also how much the Glazers I want to go for. So we're gonna go into the structure. Before we get into the structure, let me go to CSCOG and see if he has anything you want to add to this, the sale of Manchester United in terms of the structure and how things are going,
Yeah,
bro? Over to you, bro.
Goonaville, he actually summed it up. This comment here summed it up, man. It's all banter. Banter aside, I don't think Ratcliffe is going to get it. No one wants Ratcliffe, and I didn't even want to go into the micro details of the debt. And no one, even if he was 100 billion worth, and he said wipe out the debt, everyone wants like an Arab family. That's like the dream in football. Like if you have an Arab family that has hundreds of billions on the books and almost trillions hidden away, you're not worried. You're just not worried. Like it's like money's no longer an issue. You could literally spend to your FFP limit every year. They're never gonna care about making money. They literally just do this for clout. They just want to show off to their friends. Ratcliffe and even Todd Bowley, I'm scared. They want to make money in the future. They want to make a return, which Abramovich didn't want to make money, but it happened naturally just by selling players in the youth academy. But I reckon like this Qatari lot, they're just gonna go ham. You're gonna have £1 left to spend in FFP. Like you're gonna spend as much as you can. The wages are gonna be high, but it doesn't really matter anymore. And yeah, man, it's gonna be scary times once it happens, man. That's why I'm still hoping that the British government's like, nah, we can't let this go. They own PSG, they're related or whatever, even though that's already been buried. That's already been buried, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
There's no relations.
Nah, they've already found a loophole already, so that's not an issue.
It'll be fun when you play PSG. Qatar versus Qatar. The
The
cousins or
issue is,
something.
you say like
Mhm.
that family's a dream owner. They actually aren't. Out of the people that have come
Why?
through, the dream owner would be Thomas Zilakis. I don't know how to pronounce his surname, but the
What, the
Finnish
Swede?
investor,
The
Yeah.
Finnish one, sorry. Yeah,
because
yeah,
he wants to implement fan ownership, and that would be amazing. To have
yeah.
half fan ownership,
Oh,
because he wants to do a 50-50 bid. He wants 3 billion from his side, and he wanted to set up a new foundation for United fans to put $3 into, is what he said, for us to put towards
okay.
3 billion. But he's doing it off old data and estimating there's a billion United fans, which there isn't. It was an old data sheet long ago where people were just saying, "Do you know this club?" So that is an issue. It'd be more like $60 per fan. But if we could have 50% split between an owner and fans, that would be revolutionary for football. And that would be the dream scenario, but it's unethical and won't happen.
Okay. Thank you very much, CFCOG, and then also big brother here, Brandon. In terms of the structure that I didn't mention earlier on before CFCOG came in, I talk about the ownership structure. The current owners of Manchester United, the Glazers family, have faced criticism from fans and pundits like the ownership structure. The family owns the club through the holding company, which has caused concern about the level of debt and the club carries, the impact the impact that it gets on the club at this moment in time. This may have on the team's ability compete in transfer market in terms of how much they own. That stops the football club from be able to purchase players of high standard. So I don't know what is going to change in at this moment in time, Brandon. Do you think that if there's new owner coming in, new owners come over in terms of the Arab world, just like my brother said, they want to win the Champions League, and who have that high possibility of winning the Champions League? The PSGs have tried, the Manchester Cities have tried, and now it's going to be the 10 of Newcastle United. In this
Yeah.
structure, who do we see? Do we see Manchester United having new owners and be able to win the Champions League again, Mr. Brandon, in terms of the structure?
I
Maybe.
think we could actually be even higher chances than PSG or City. I know that might sound ridiculous, but when you think about it, Ten Hag coming in,
Yeah,
wants to revolutionise our whole club. And you've seen within the first few months, we've had a few batterings here and there. That's going to come with it. It's his first season. But already you can see the football he wants to play. And if you upgrade those players, switch Ericsson to a De Jong and over time switch, even everyone's on about Osimhen or Kane, I'd happily take a punt on Evan Ferguson for Brighton. I think he could be a much cheaper alternative who will be better than Vegas, better than Martial. You've seen recently he scores goals. He's for his age, he's very physical. Eric Ten Hag was a tall, physical striker. You saw it with Aller. Ajax even had Aller before that at a previous club. So he loves his dominant strikers. And if we get a dominant striker, a De Jong next to Casemiro, or even someone a bit lower who isn't obviously as high valued, we can definitely push forward because Qatar want to revolutionise the training ground. They want to revolutionise Old Trafford. We need to fix leaks in the stadium, but I do think Qatar could push us forward.
Yeah, last time I went to Old Trafford, I was stepping in a puddle when I went to have a cheeky fag in the toilet, and I was in a puddle. I was like, "What happened?" And I could see some kids. They just put some toilet paper. But I was like, "There's no one to clean it up." They were very slow with it. It was wet when I came back after the game. I was shocked. Old Trafford. I thought it'd be much better than it was.
It's the Glazers. They just left it.
Shocked, like.
All right. So, thank you very much, guys, for that. We have Scala United. He says hi. Okay, he didn't get a link. Yes, I did send it in there. Thank you. Check your inbox on Twitter. You'll get it right away.
Kyler, man, he's
Salute
always
to
having beef in
everyone.
the chats.
Yeah. Salute to everyone, Patrick. Salute to everyone, panel and chat. Much respect to everyone fasting as well. God bless us. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. I've done it a couple times, 6 to 6. Man, I almost died, man. It's not easy. So let's salute our big brothers. That does it for how long do you guys do it? Like how many is it a month?
Yeah, it's 1 month,
1 month.
no water. I try to go extra hard as well. I'm not even I don't even eat a lot after I break. I just eat a little bit and drink quite a bit of water, man.
Yeah, salute to you, brother. It's not easy.
Big
It's
up,
not
man. Big
easy.
up. It's healthy. It's good now. It's the new
Very healthy.
trend.
Yeah, it is very good. It is very
Yeah.
good for the stomach. It helps you. If you're trying to lose some weight, it also help you too. So these are
Yeah.
time for us to lose weight. Let's take that advantage. If you are part of our Muslim community and brothers, you have to take that advantage. Go with them. They'll teach you how to fast. If you don't know how to fast, get ready for it. Go with CFCOG. You take you through the routine. 6 to 6, no water, nothing. But make sure you got to stay holy. Stay holy. Wear your white gowns. Stay out of anything. When I was doing it 6 to 6, no TV, nothing. Got to stay holy. That's more about fasting.
Yeah.
Stay holy. That's all about it. If you know it,
It's
you
about
know how to do it.
abstaining from.
Yeah. All those,
man.
all those. I'll put that
Bro, I don't know
religious.
how
I'll put
Kante does it
religious
all
aside.
these years.
It's not easy, bro. It's not
Bro,
easy.
Kante's been doing it for
Um,
years, man. Kante's been fasting for years, playing the highest level of
Yeah.
football. I rate him.
Salah's
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah, I've been in the community
Yeah,
where
you're right.
I've been in the community where we have an under 17 football team where they were going to World Cup. I mean, I'm talking about 1997, the New Zealand team that won the World Cup from Brazil. There were 8 of them that are from the Islamic community, and it
Jeez.
wasn't easy for them. Yeah, it wasn't
Respect
easy for
up.
them going through Ramadan to be able to win that competition from the Brazilians. It wasn't easy, and even I think Michael Essien during his time when they lost to Brazil in the finals, also it wasn't easy for all those guys. They have lots of Muslim community players coming from there that plays in those competitions. So I know it's not easy. Rudy Guy and all of them, they'll tell you Ziyech and Igola Conte, it takes a lot of time. I know. I'm sure that Potter has to take things easy on those players because what they're doing.
Who's that?
Someone's phone.
My bad.
What they're doing now demands a lot of energy from this player, and when they're going through that fasting, it takes that energy away. 6 to 6 is not easy. 6 to 6 is not easy, and then when they break down, they have to take some light food. You can just go in and go for that heavy food right away. It will mess up with your stomach. So, yeah, they're going through a lot. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Herbert, Scala United. Welcome to the stream, brother.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you get a microphone a little bit closer?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. So we can hear you very well. Take us through on what is going on with Manchester United in terms of the structure right now, in terms of how much the Glazers want. I know you are die in and out of Manchester United. I mean, in and out doesn't mean you're out of Manchester United. You're a strong supporter of Manchester United, and you also write articles on Manchester United. So, what is going on right now? Who is the preferred person to take over Manchester United, in your opinion, Mr. Herbert?
I mean, in my opinion, the preferred person will be whoever has the biggest, wealth. That's my opinion. Same goes for the Glazers. Whoever writes them the biggest check, that's their, preferred option as well. I don't think they care about putting the Manchester back in Manchester and all those kind of things. I mean, neither do I. But yeah, I mean, this is, I think, whether you like it or not, the state of football in the next 20 years is about whoever has, lots of money. I mean, we have just seen Todd
Mm.
Bowley at 600 million in one
Mhm.
transfer window. And this is going to be a normality in the next coming 15 years. So that's what I want. I don't think you can be a self-sufficient club unless you have some amazing recruitment team like Brighton, who are going to probably sell three players for 250 million next summer window. So yeah, I mean, club like United, I was listening to you guys talk about the stadium, and
Yeah,
people mentioning about
Mm.
the medals and everything. Like
the
our women's
Raston.
team don't even, yeah, I mean, our women's team don't even have like their own toilets. So, it's
Wow.
not like, yeah, I mean, there were rumors like the female coach quit like around 6 months back because
Yeah.
of such, not no facilities. And I look at clubs like, Leicester and Crystal Palace who have a better training facility than United. So, those are the things we want. We first of all, we want to clear the 400 plus million debt, which is has been haunting this club for the last 17 years. Because when you have debt, you have interest on it, and when you have interest on it, that's going to come out of our transfer budget and all those kind of stuff. So my preferred option is obviously the Qataris, and I hope they do get it. I mean, there has been lots of. I mean, the truth is that no one knows. I wouldn't trust any journalist to break anything right now. Everyone wants to be the first, but they don't want to report the right thing. So yeah, man, that's the short thing
Yeah.
about our takeover.
Thank you very much, Mr. Herbert, for joining us here, and I will come back to you again. I know Paige is patiently waiting on her on your turn to give us all the latest nitty gritty on the women's game tomorrow, and besides other transfer news we're gonna talk about because she just passed on the Manchester United content. She's not really into it, so Paige, I know she's at all that patient, waiting for her turn. And then I get back to before I get back to Herbert or Brandon again, let me read some few comments we have here. Football hairstylist said, "Do Dijon, I think Dijon is what he's trying to say here." And also Patrick said, "Yeah, no water or food for a month straight." Yeah, it's not easy. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Then also we have I Want to love you, who said, hello to my brother and everyone on the panel. Welcome everyone in the
Big up.
chat. How's everyone doing today? We're doing well by the grace of God and by the grace of Allah. We're doing very well here. FFP Stop said FFP based on club generated income. Owners won't be allowed to put own money. Doesn't matter if is it trillionaires? Owners only invest 60 million over 3 years. Debt management bully loophole ends. So that is coming from staff. Thank you very much, staff, for joining us here and your comments. It's Allah that gave them their strength, coming from Mr. Patrick. Absolutely, it is God alone. Which CFC will United get? Okay, Danny Boy, coming from Danny Boy. Uh, he's a journalist. Okay, up the Chelsea, and so United has this zeros facilities. I know that is one of the reasons why I think the women's manager also even retire, and even Chelsea swap away Laurie James from them. Go see how good she is with Chelsea. Big up Kante is back. Absolutely, Kante is back, and also we have this
Yes.
player.
Woohoo!
Can United get this player? This is one of the Rolls Royce player in Napoli on the Italian league. Napoli player. I love this player, but it's always I think they call him Vichka. I'm sure that's how they call him. I can't pronounce the whole name here. It's not easy to say it. So, but I go by Vichka. So thank you for everyone that is here with us. All right,
Yeah, I've
CFCOG,
got to
bro.
go,
Big
man.
up, big up to bro. Big up to. Thank you
Big up,
for
man.
joining us here.
But
Thanks for
Danny
joining us
Boy,
here.
apparently they call him, was it Kvaradonna? Kvaradonna,
Yeah,
like, because he's
yeah,
like Maradona, apparently. But yeah, big up everyone, man. I'll be back, man. We're coming reg on this show, hopefully.
yeah,
CFCOG. I am doing a little UFC show tonight on the Fight Week show. That's at
yeah.
11 p.m. UK time if you're into the UFC. Everyone else, big up, man. Take care and stay strong.
Yep, guys, if you're really into UFC, join our brother CFCOG
Yeah.
in
5 week show.
5 week show. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
with
Thank
Lee
you very
Gunner
much.
tonight. Yeah, take care, guys, man.
You with Lee Gunner?
Yeah, he was on last week's one, the week before as well. You might know him, the Arsenal fan. He's a funny guy.
All right.
Take care,
Yes,
all right. Take care.
I'll catch you up on the other side, bro.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
All right.
To get me.
Good luck, bro. Okay. Thanks to COCOG that have been here on the platform with us. Much appreciated for him being here. So let's get into it. Herbert, we have Paige on the platform, and we have Mr. Brandon, all of them here. So let's get into it. Brandon or Herbert, you want to add anything to it in terms of what you've just said anymore?
Yeah, I mean, look, all the bids are in. That's the latest with United. Oh, I mean, whoever the prospective buyers are. See, I'm not buying these things like, these are rounds or there is deadlines. I'm not buying that. Basically, they're trying to put a circle around something which doesn't exist. They're saying that this is the last round. Even I was confused because I don't think that anything such like, exists, because what if tomorrow Elon Musk comes in and he wants to buy United? And I mean, he's not going to, but someone, who is more richer than, these Qataris, and they come in and they want to invest 7 billion. So obviously, because it's an open bidding, because it's not like Chelsea where you had the government involved. So, the Glazers don't care how long it takes. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's the recent update that the prospective buyers, their bids are in. Again, these bids are tentative. It's not like these are final, but they are expecting more than 6 billion, which is very unrealistic. So, yeah, that's all I can add at the moment.
Oh, I mean, if you look at the people helping the sale to go through, they're the same people that helped Chelsea, which is the Rain Group. They're the same people that helped Chelsea. But I don't know what's the difference between the Chelsea one and then also the Glazers one. I think it's the money. All has to do with money, Brandon, right?
Yeah, money is always everything in football, isn't it? Especially for Glazers. They I think they only spent like 700-800 million, and they're going to return upwards of 5 to 6 billion. So, considering they've only reimbursed what the club's made really back into the club, I wouldn't say they've dipped into their own pockets that much. But yeah, they're not doing too bad for themselves, are they?
No, not really. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Ryan.
Thanks, Nazan. Been listening on YouTube, and great content, and hi to the panelists as well.
Thank you very much. We have Paige here with us. We have Brandon, also a very strong Manchester United fan, and also another strong Manchester United fan, which is Mr. Herbert from aka Scholar United. And then you also join us, a Liverpool fan. We're trying to get different opinion in terms of what is going on with Manchester United, the sale, what is dragging it, what is taking it too long for the sales to go through. We talk about the financial structure at the football club. We've also talked about we did talk about the financial structure, ownership structure, impact on team management, and also how it's affecting the football club as a whole, and also how much the Glazers want for the sale of Manchester United. Is I think Brandon said it's around 6 billion. Is what they said. The Glazers want 6 billion, but then the bid that the Middle East have put up, and then also Mr. Ratcliffe has also put up, is within the range of 5 billion. Is that sounds to be right, Mr. Brandon?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's bids of upwards of 5 billion, and the first claims were coming out that they wouldn't overpay, but they had a 10-hour long discussion, going around Carrington and Old Trafford, and it says that they would be willing to go higher, but whether they will, I'm not too sure. It depends. It's a negotiation game now between them and the Glazers, because I think they are definitely the front runners for sure.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. What do you have to say in terms of what is going on with United right now?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been following it too closely, so I think the other guys probably are more knowledgeable about it. But I know there's multiple bidders who are interested. One of them is Elliott Management. And I'm quite familiar with them because I work in that industry, hedge funds.
Okay.
They're a big US hedge fund, and they submitted a bid, and the bid received range in the kind of 4 to 4.5 billion kind of bracket, which is not a million miles far off the valuation that you guys just mentioned. But yeah, I think this is we're kind of midway through the process, but I think there's a way to go. I'm not 100% convinced that the Glazer family have decided whether they're going to sell the club or not. I don't know what the other guys' thoughts are on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to say that someone has a feedback from the side on the panel, my brother. Oh, I think it's coming from Ryan. It's coming from Ryan. I'm sure Ryan, you're outside, right?
I'm out. Yeah, I'm on. So here in the UK, in London, we have this area called Oxford Street, where everyone goes to do shopping and stuff. So I'm just there. So apologies if there's a lot
Yeah,
of noise.
it's okay. It's okay for now. It's okay for now. Since okay, we have our brother here. Our brother said, "Dance to success." He said, "So boring with the international break, isn't it? A little bit, a little bit. I mean, if you're a content creator, you want this break. You want this break to take a rest and also be able to clean up your computer a little bit with bunch of images that is being downloaded all the time. So yeah, if you're a content creator, you want to take that break. It's very, very important. But then, yeah, the news doesn't stop coming in terms of I know people don't really like the national international break in terms of countries meeting each other. They don't have that much interest in it. But then it's very important in terms of what is going on in Manchester United. That is why we have to switch our content a little bit, since this platform is not just all about Chelsea every single day. We have to also focus on what is happening in other football clubs. So that is why this platform is here. So if you enjoy content from other platforms, you can. I mean, this is the right place to be. So thank you very much, Mr. Ryan, for giving us that information. We're gonna go back and then talk more. But before I come back to Manchester again, I just want to give Paige just 2 minutes. Paige, give us a rundown of what is going on tomorrow, Chelsea and also Manchester City WSL game tomorrow.
Yeah. So obviously with our women's league, the top four is really tight at the minute. We've got a 4-way title showdown with just 4 points or 5 points separating the top four sides at the minute. There's 8 games left of the season remaining, and Chelsea are our title holders, just about title holders, with our win the last week against Manchester United. Chelsea Women's do have a game in hand, as well as we've got our Women Super League Player of the Year, Sam Kerr, and we've got the Young Player of the Year, Lauren James. So good to see them two getting the awards as well. Obviously, tomorrow, big game, we've got Chelsea v City. So if City win, it'll take them to the top of the league. Obviously, if Chelsea win, it will take them 3 points ahead. Can Sam Kerr get another goal to her name with 7 already this season? Can Lauren James get another goal with 4 with her name? But we've also got Shaw at City with 15. So we shall see how that game unfolds tomorrow.
Great. Love that. I mean, it's always nice to see Chelsea trying to do the madness this time, trying to get the treble if they can do it. Lost 1 trophy to Arsenal, but then they are looking lively in the Champions League. Going to Lyon, going to France, be able to beat them at their own home ground. Sounds that this is a different Chelsea this time. And I know they've missed out on lots of players. We've seen Kevin was been out, and lots of players have been out. And we've seen a lot of them also coming back. The assist queen, which is at his Guru, is it Guru written, right? That's the name. Yeah. She's come back strongly, and then 1-0 advantage from Olympique Lyon, ladies women football, which is give Chelsea an advantage over the home game. So what do you make of the Champions League game so far?
Yeah, we're absolutely smashing it. Obviously, is it next round? We've got Villa.
Yeah.
Got the next one. So we'll have to see how we do against them. I can see we've got potential. I think we'll win anyway. I'm actually going to go and watch that game as well, so that'll be quite interesting. But I don't think we've got any doubts or any worries against Villa in the next game.
What's the update on Frank Kirby?
Frank Kirby, she's still out injured. I think she is still out. If she's going to be back for the rest of the season, we are not too sure. But I need to look into that. But she is currently still out. Her return could be hopefully third, second game. But we shall see. Fingers crossed.
All right, so there you go, the women football for you. We have a wonderful woman who really pays so much attention on this platform. We give, like I said, equality is very, very important in everywhere we go, and we respect women football on this platform. That is why we have a wonderful page with us who deeply into how the BLSL games are going in terms of who have the high seed to win it and who has the in terms of the end of the season, who can win more trophies. Page will give us that. So we're talking about financial concern and also how much the Glazers want for it, and how long is going to take Manchester United sale to go through. Let me bring Scala United in again. Brandon have said a lot. So Scala United, what is the way forward? What is the way forward for Manchester United so far, brother?
I mean, the way forward is always obviously you want the situation resolved. I mean, resolved in the fact that for the best of the club, which again, it's not in our hands. Whoever the Glazers wish to sell, even if Ryan mentioned, like the Glazers, do they even want to sell? Because they never said the club is open for sale. They said they're looking for investment. But again, if you do stuff like that, you can be, legally challenged for, trying to descript the share market prices. Because not last week, yesterday only or Friday, I guess, the share price for United went up by 5%. So look, the way forward again. How long is the piece of string? We don't know. I mean, at the moment, we can only go. We can only hope. I can't really answer what the way forward is. I can't answer stuff which I even like. We have no clue actually. Even the bidding process, they're saying they want more than 6 billion, and this bids which they have put, they will be rejected by the Glazers because it's not even close to what they want. So when you hear reports like that, you can't really probably square the circle on what the way forward is. So obviously, as a fan point, I would want it to be resolved ASAP. They're saying that before the end of April, the things will be resolved. United will have the new owners, and Ten Hag could get frustrated if they don't get the owners because he has to plan and he has to know what the transfer budget is because this is a very, very big summer coming for United. We have won our first trophy in whatever number of years, and Ten Hag is doing very well, and we can still win 2 trophies. So, and if we want to kick on, we need to know who we are signing. So the way forward, as to answer your question, is to resolve the situation as soon as possible.
Yeah, it is true. The way forward is the club have to be sold as soon as possible because if there's no renovations, the club can buy players outright. Or what they're doing now is rely on loan players. Sabista, who's on loan, also is Vitkos, right? Vitkos is the name. Vitkos. Vethorst, Vethorst is one of the players also on loan to the Manchester United Football Club. So the future is not looking bright because we don't know Erik ten Hag's plans, how in terms of the future, what kind of players he will be working with because Manchester United don't want to invest into players at this moment in time. And then from what I even read here, they've spent how much have they spent in terms of transfers so far? They're still going through a lot of COVID-19 pandemic situation at this moment. So they can't even invest. Like I said, the women don't even have their own private place of convenience, which is the wet toilet that our brothers use on the platform. So it is very, very difficult situation for Manchester United. Big up to you, Rico63. Nice to see you on the platform. Let's go back to Mr. Brandon again. In terms of the way forward, brother, what is the way forward for Manchester United?
The way forward is to ideally have the sale of the club done prior to the summer, so Ten Hag can draw up his list of players. However, we do need to sell to buy at the moment because FFP are very close to us at the moment. So we need to sell to buy. So we need to look at our assets. Who can go? We've got Maguire linked away, McTominay's linked away. Lindelof did an interview prior to his game against Belgium, and he's talking that he might be leaving. So we need to sell quite a few players because the squad's quite large in terms of we've got 5 centre backs, including Phil Jones, who's somehow still there. His contract expired. He needs to go.
Phil Jones is still there.
He's still there. Yeah, his contract ends in the summer, so he's hanging on. So we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of Maguire and maybe even Lindelof as well because we've got youngsters coming in. We've got Ted and Mengi,
what about Langa?
Youngsters. Elanga wants to leave. I think he mentioned in an interview I think last night that there were some offers in January, but the club didn't want to let him leave because we want as many players as we can at the moment, especially. You've seen where Martial barely plays. He's injured all the time. Sancho is only just coming back from his hiatus. So we needed players like Elanga, players like Pellistri to be part of the squad. But in summertime, there's going to be a massive overhaul because we need to sell to buy. So we need to sell the club, sell players, and then start fresh.
Would you guys say that Sancho is a bad business being done?
I wouldn't say he's bad business being done. I think we were chasing him for a long time, so I think he's come in with a lot of pressure because we tried buying him the year prior and we couldn't get him. And he's coming in. He started slowly. He's regressed in a way because at Dortmund he was running at players. And for the last season and a half, he's got up to 1-on-1 with someone and he's just cut back. So it's something that we need to train him into, back into running at defenders and being fearless. But if we can get him to do so, I think he'll be a massive asset next season. It's just figuring out where to play him because we signed him as a right winger, but Ten Hag plays him in the 10, so he's got to figure out what his best position is.
Thank you very much. What do you make of this question on the screen? Kane or Osimhen? Which one would Manchester United go for?
Well, I think Osimhen is the preferred target, but Kane's a guaranteed target. Right. Osimhen's more of a risk as he's had, a stellar season in Serie A, but Kane has been phenomenal for the last 7 years in the Premier League. So Kane's a guaranteed, goal machine in the Prem. Osimhen's more of a risk, but Osimhen's got longevity and resale value, which is something Harry Kane won't have. So I'd definitely go Osimhen over Kane, but it's up to us being able to negotiate a deal with Napoli, who are horrendous to deal with. You saw when you tried getting Koulibaly, it took forever. And then we tried signing Koulibaly the season before, and they just weren't having any of our business.
They still want too much money, even when it was getting close to his 30s.
It's about 140 million pounds. They want 130 million pounds, but for a striker of his age and his potential, I would say it's a risk worth doing if we can pull it off financially, because we've got to get rid of players first.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. We have, I'm sure, Herbert, you put in some of these questions in mind, so when it gets there, you can give an answer for it if you have any. I want you to love you, so that come on, people, hit that like button. If you are new in the chat, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for helping me out. I want to love you, so it's a pleasure to have you here. Stop said on Lyon. Lyon lost 1-5 at home to Arsenal and went and won went and won at Arsenal. No underestimating here. Okay, I'm not really underestimating here. You know how good our team is, which is a women's team. And then we saw also they've been through, if you're really concerned, I know you're really concerned, if you really can think about the kind of injuries they've gone through. Lots of the first team players haven't been playing this season. Lots of injury in terms of Frank Kirby, who complement Sam Kerr up front. It makes she provide lots of opportunity for Sam Kerr to get more goals. She's been out for a long time, and lots of the players also. And then beginning of the season, beginning of the season, we saw Anne Trubega, who went through surgery, and then she wasn't also there for a while. So Paige is there to take us through that comments from staff. Go ahead, Paige.
So what staff's basically saying is just how tight the women's league is. So obviously with Lyon, we won against them we won against them. And then obviously they went back to Arsenal. And then they won. It just kind of shows with the women's as well. It's so unpredictable. You could win. For example, say we could lose against City at home, but then if they come away, we might win. So it's one of them at the minute. It's unpredictable. It literally just depends on how well our players are playing, and then like injuries depends on that. So it is pretty fun to watch the Women's League.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paige, for that. Thank you very much. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from there, and then also Colomiani, and I know he's been linked with Manchester United. There was a question here on that. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Okay. Patrick said, I still can't believe Sims got one past us. I'm sure. You've got a decent gaffer in your dugout, May. That is Eric Ten Hag. He's talking about Eric Ten Hag. And respect to Ten Hag for shipping him away when he came forward. He was struggling with his mental battles. Okay. I'm not so sure who he's talking about. Mr. Patrick, who are you talking about? Who exactly? What kind of player are you talking about? Meanwhile,
We're
Kepa.
talking about, sorry to interrupt, we're talking about Sancho.
Oh, Sancho. Okay. Yeah. Meanwhile, Kepa makes his return to Spain
Yeah,
team. Yes.
just
Go
seen
ahead,
that
sir.
actually. That I've just seen that actually on Twitter. Absolutely baffling. But to be honest, I'd give it to Cafe considering his performance at Chelsea at the minute. So yeah, it's all
Okay.
right.
All right, Danny Boy said, I want Man United to kick out Maguire. I'm sure it means Maguire. Phantom of Minute Topic, big up to you. I was there to hit the like button. The stream preview was started yesterday. Okay. Thank you very much. I have to change the date. This stream was supposed to be on air yesterday, but I have to change the stream because I was not going to get Brandon. So, and I needed more of Brandon's opinion. So I have to change the stream date, which is today. So I'm very, very happy that Brandon is still here with us. And also, whenever I hear Paige speaks, I forget she's a Chelsea supporter.
What do you mean?
Ten Hag is
I'm
a quality
so
manager.
confused.
Oh, Patrick. Ten Hag is a quality manager coming from Phantom of Minute Topic. Ten Hag won nothing before he went to Ayers and took a season there. Stav will always give us this history. Thank you very much, Stav. Worried about us with breaching FFP rules and what will happen with fines point deduction or relegation at Mr. Patrick. This is coming from Rico 63. Worried about us. Is it? Yeah. Everton. I'm sure it's Everton. This is that Everton. I don't watch women football, but hearing Page, I might look into the next women game of Man United. I are they doing well? Second in league. Yeah, Manchester United are blowing
Yeah.
hot and cold. Yeah, blowing hot and cold, but they're doing well. Liverpool, I think Liverpool drew yesterday to I think a lower position yesterday. Liverpool are
Yeah.
not doing the best and not doing the best.
Yeah.
So you are in the good hands with Diet. He knows his way around the relegation side. Sean Diet, yes. Page
Yes, mate. Don't worry about
okay.
it.
All right. Okay. This is still Phantom of any topic. What do you mean? That's a question to you, Phantom. I think Paige did not cut across your question. So if you can or your comment, if you can bring it back again, she will give you an answer for that. She's watching. Okay, Danny Boy said, why is Barca women team so good? Putila, she wins every award, and she's been injured for a while too. Chelsea women are doing bit. We are on the way for treble, still in belief. Absolutely, we played the finals. I think the first 25 minutes of the first half against Barcelona was really bad. We did not, analyze what Barcelona are doing. We were so naive. We opened up too much space for Barcelona to bang in the goal. So the game was being won in the first half. So I think they've learned their lesson. Hey, it's now going anywhere. Hey wants to stay with the football club and be able to win that Champions League. She wants to do it. That's the main reason why she don't have any interest in going to any other football club at this moment in time. I watched that final and respectful. Barca were on different level. It is true. Barca have so much, the pedigree. They have so much, experience in that Champions League final against us. Most of our players were first time getting to that stage. I'm sure Emi Hayes first time getting there either. So Emi Hayes is I mean, Hayes should replace Potter. I can. Yeah,
I like
it'll be nice,
that.
right? United Women's are playing are playing now, winning 1-0. Yes, United Women are playing. They're doing very, very well, just like Arsenal women. Yeah. So let me go back to Herbert and Scala. I'll go to Scala, then I'll go back to Herbert. I'm sure Herbert might be home by now, or maybe still on his way home. Scala United. If you can remember some of the questions that I asked Mr. Brandon. Um,
I mean, you asked about Kane and Osimhen,
yeah,
and I mean, look, obviously
Koulibaly,
Kane
also
has experience.
Koulibaly, and also Sancho.
I don't rate
Is he a bad?
Koulibaly. I
Is he a
watched
bad
him last
business?
night. I mean, look, I watched Koulibaly last night, and he's okay. I mean, I don't think he's a centre forward who should be starting for United. He's a good prospect, but again, he's not even had like 2 seasons. This is his first season of recognition, so he's a decent player, but I will not consider him as an option. Kane and Osimhen, yeah, fine. I mean, you can consider them, but again, I am very skeptical about centre forwards in Italian leagues. Like they are a bit, fail to deceive when they come to the Premier League. Lukaku won the Serie A with Inter, and he was like second top scorer. And what look what happened when he came to Chelsea. So
Yeah.
Osimhen, because he's the flavor of the month right now, and everyone is on the hype train that he's. I mean, he is good. It's not like he's. I mean, he's not like Lukaku. He's got lots of his attributes suit the Premier League. He's tall, physical, and he can likes putting his body around. So yeah, if push. I mean, look, with Kane, you are guaranteed something. But again, dealing with Daniel Levy, he is not going to sell us. He's not going to give us Kane just like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, man. I mean, I like Osimhen as well.
170 million. You think United will cover that money if the club is not being sold? Do you think the Glazers will cover 170 million for the sale of Osimhen?
I don't think that's the. I don't think that will be the final price. I think it will be under 150. I don't think it will be like upwards of that. Obviously, he's going to win this Serie A, so that would add a couple of millions. But I don't think they'll exceed more than 150. But again, Napoli might not want to sell. That's no one talks about that. If they don't want, they might say that we are going to challenge for the league again and the Champions League again. This is our golden team. So stuff like that. And someone mentioned about Koulibaly. We wanted Koulibaly in place of Maguire in
Yeah.
2019, and they put a price tag of 70, 80 million. I mean, just imagine what they're going to do, how difficult it will to get him out. So I don't think we are going to pay 170. At max like 130, and that is euros, not even pounds.
Okay. At this moment, I had this early in the morning. Manchester United are in the market for a midfielder and have reportedly joined the race to sign Chelsea player Mateo Kovacic in the summer. This is coming from the 90 minutes news. So, what do you make of that? Also, can you hear me?
Who? Which player?
Mateo Kovacic. United have joined the race to sign Mateo Kovacic in the summer if he has to leave Chelsea.
I mean, I do
Wasn't
like
there not a
Kovacic, but I wouldn't. No, I do like Kovacic. I think he's one of the few Chelsea players I would take at United. But again, I don't think he's like. I don't think he's the kind of profile we need. We need someone who can control the midfield, someone in the mold of De Jong. So I
I
mean,
think
it's not
he, I
about
think
the
he
player,
can
it's
do that.
about the
I think
profile.
Kovacic can do that job. The only thing he couldn't get United is he doesn't get many goals. But in terms of controlling and progressing with the ball, he's very good at it. I'm not so sure if you know
I
of
mean,
that.
look, when talk about control, I talk about dictating the game. And
Okay.
Kovacic is he's a very good ball receiver, and he can dribble with the ball. And I do like his abilities, and he always has a good game against United. Even when
Correct.
we beat you 4-0 on the first day, I remember him having a very good game. So I always admired Kovacic. He was your player of the season when he came. But again, I think this is about profile of kind of player, because the problem with United now is that we have Casemiro, we have Bruno and Ericsson is playing as an eight right now. but he struggles with the pace of the league. You can't play Ericsson away and you in a two. So that's why he's desperate for De Jong, because De Jong can do all that kind of stuff. So with Ten Hag, what I've seen is that he doesn't buy any player for the sake of it. He buys player who fits his system. That's why if you look at his signings, 90% of them have been success. Even look at Malasia. Like, he comes and does a job. So I do like Kovacic, but probably for the bench, not as a starter.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Next one will be on Mr. Ryan. No, Mr. Ryan is ready. Okay, this is coming from Lord. Mr. Patrick said, I had bowling might get rid of Emmy Hay. No, never happening. That is never happening. Very successful with the women's football. That is never happening. Paige, I was tend to like from yesterday. From yesterday, when today's stream was created yesterday, then Tuchel thing happened, and Nate Zion created a new stream for yesterday and left the one scheduled for today. Okay, thank you very much. That shows how Phantom of Mini Topic pays attention. Also, this is an update coming from our panel, our sister on the platform said England under 21 winning 4-0 against the French. Wow, that should tell you the development of the English youth team, because and I think the the French team has always been one of the best youth development team in the world. So if English are beating them 4-0, that should tell you how far the English youth team have also got to. I know Callum Nodoy and his team won the under 20 World Cup a couple years ago. So that should tell you what the FA is doing with the young team. So thank you very much, Paige, for the update. Also, United fans, are you worried about Rashford not signing a new contract? That is the question that Mr. Ryan and also Scala United and Brandon will answer as in terms of the future, the way forward, which Rashford form part of the way forward. If Rashford is going to move on to PSG or stays at Manchester United. No, I meant what do you mean by forgetting? I am a Chelsea fan. That's LOL coming from Paige. So yeah, Paige, after this show, please click on my channel to watch all my 343 videos made in the last 11 years. Phantom of Many Topic. Who has all that time to do that? That's
I ain't got time
hash,
for that.
Phantom. 343 videos in the last 11 years. Look how long it took you to create those videos. 11 years. And you want her to go through all these videos. 343. Oh, come on, Phantom. That is harsh. All right, so brown envelope talk. Brown envelope coming from Mr. Patrick. And you guys will understand what brown envelope means. Are you close to your mic, Scala? Yeah, sometimes it's hard to hear Scala when he's not close to this microphone. I've got a quick question for United fans. Yes, Mr. Patrick, drop your question on. And we want more of the questions coming in instead of a conversation. What's your views on Bruno Fernandes? Another good question. So we got good questions here. Let me pin them so I don't forget. Those questions. Rashford question. Where did that go? Rashford question. I don't know where that went to. But I've pinned this one coming from Mr. Patrick on Bruno Fernandes. And I'm sure Ryan, Scala, Brandon also, we have Paige listening. So probably they have the opinion on Bruno Fernandes. They will all give you their opinion on Bruno Fernandes. And I have mine too. I don't like him. He's a good player, but there's something I don't like about him. What's your views on Bruno Fernandes? Paige, if you are in London area, my tube stop was Hammersmith. Okay, every day Phantom of Many Topic on Piccadilly line or Shepherd's Bush on Central line. Phantom of Many Topic, we had this. Paige accent is differ. Is it a posh?
Definitely posh. Just
Yeah.
definitely posh.
Okay. All right. That's coming from Danny Boy. Thank you very much, Danny Boy. Stuff said Danny Boy, the old chestnut Hayes replacing after very drill. I can't lie. That is coming from staff. And the last one is Noni scores first England under 21s. I think he was a captain He's the one captain in the team at this moment. Good job for Noni. He gets more experience and more game under his belt, and then he'll be ready for Chelsea very, very soon. So let's go to Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan, are you ready for me?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
somewhere a little bit more quiet, so
Very
yeah, you
quiet.
should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, take over. Say, I know you've had most of the comments. You can go ahead. They have there's a question on Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, the future of Manchester United, and then anything you can add to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with Rashford.
Okay.
I've seen there's been kind of reports last couple of days. He's been under criticism because he took a flight to. Well, he withdrew from the England squad because of the foot injury, and then he's taken a flight to New York with his girlfriend. And he's created a big splash on Instagram, going around New York, taking photos, and I can understand the criticism because it's not a good look when the England squad are playing Euro qualifiers. He's out there holidaying when he should probably be at Carrington or at home rehabilitating. But then also, I feel for him a bit because footballers they deserve having private lives.
Right. Before you move forward, is it really an injury, or is it nesting an injury, or is he really fit to play?
Well, this is the question, isn't it, Design?
Yeah.
How injured is he if he's able to take a long haul flight to the States and kind of walk around and take photos, post them on Instagram with his girlfriend? It raises questions, but in terms of his form since the World Cup, he's just a man reborn, isn't he? He's just so confident in scoring goals, and he's a threat every game. I can't see Manchester United. I can't see a reality where Man United would even consider selling him. Given his age, he's English. He's been prolific this season. As a England fan, I hope he can recover and be fit and show that kind of form in the Euros. Because an on form, on song Marcus Rashford, I think is one of the best forwards in Europe.
All right, thank you very much. And what about Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah, I can understand why you're not a fan of him. We've discussed this guy so many times in the past, Nizan. I think he is a good footballer. I would not give him the captain's armband. He's not I don't think he has the kind of character to be. I don't think he's a leader. I don't think he can inspire people. He can in the trenches dig players out of trouble and motivate. But I think he's a key part of Erik ten Hag's team and squad and what he's trying to build. But I do agree what was being discussed previously, that Man United need obviously investments to be able to finance transfers in the summer, and they need to buy a midfielder, someone to operate alongside Casemiro. Sabitzer has done really well since he's come in, and he had a really good performance yesterday, didn't he? Scored 2 goals, yesterday.
Nice free kick.
Very nice free kick, a lot better than Messi and Ronaldo's.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right at the angle.
Yeah. But I'm not as harsh probably as your opinion on Bruno Fernandes. But I think he should start for Man United, but he should not be a captain. No way.
All right, thank you, Ryan, for taking the time for taking us through that. And I'm gonna go to Paige was in here twice. I was like, Paige, you are here twice. I don't know what's going on. Says back in a moment to answer my stream. Crashed. Okay, yeah, we'll be here. We'll still be here. We still have about 20 minutes to end the stream. So let me see what we have here. Paige, what you make of Alicia Letman? Okay, Alicia Letman. Okay, I watched her once play, and she was crap. She's using the game to grow her fan page. All right, we'll see about that. Paige will give you an answer, just like she said. This is back. She said, be back in a moment. Answer my stream. Okay. I like Bruno, but he needs the right player to pass to him in a particular way. He is like Havertz in that respect. He's a good player. Like I said, this is my opinion on Bruno Fernandes. He's a good player, but I don't think he's that man. He's that leader. He strives and he relies on faking to get favor on himself to be able to win the game. And when football fans are watching this, not in a chance that you're gonna kick his head and he's gonna hold his leg, although it's effective. But then there's a head crash. Instead of him holding his head, he's going to end up holding his knee. And sometimes you just push him, he's going to push his back, he's going to hold his leg or hold his head. And I don't get that. That kind of faking and also trying to go on referees, rushing on referees all the time. He's got so many things in his favor. So I'm going to ask Herbert, and I think I'll go to Brandon. Brandon, what do you make of Rashford so far? He's not signing a new contract. And what do you make of Bruno Fernandes as a captain in your team?
Rashford, I'm not worried about. I think, you can see that he's happy again. He feels confident. And obviously, all the United fans are behind him with good reason. He's playing really good football, and that's something that we're all behind. And we extended his contract for another year, so he's got until next summer to be a free agent. But I just don't imagine him leaving. He's a Manchester boy. Like, he's done all this stuff for the community. Like, I feel like he got his chance through United, and I think he'd repay us by staying longer. Personally, and I think he can finally see we're going somewhere under Ten Hag, and if new ownership, that would definitely, I think, inspire him to stay.
Then Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno, I've not got an issue with. He's a little bit petulant. I won't lie.
That's the right word. Yeah.
He can be a bit of a crybaby when it's not going his way, but you look at the chances created, like 71 chances. He's got the third most chances created, second most big chances created. I remember we played Leicester at home. We should have been 2-0 down if it weren't for De Gea, but we won 3-0 and Bruno created 9 chances in that game alone. So he plays risky passes, but if they come off, it creates a certain chance. And if we've got a better striker next season, I think we'll definitely score more goals and win more games and climb up the table for sure.
Okay. What do you make of Moussa Dembele to replace out of favor forward Anthony Martial?
No, I don't rate him at all. I think someone who is being forgotten about is Marcus Thuram at Mönchengladbach. It was confirmed in, I think, January or February that he's going to be a free agent this summer, and no one's even looked at him. He's got 12 goals in the Bundesliga this season, so he could be a very good option for many clubs. A free agent striker. He scored 12 goals. He's young. He's like 25, I think. So if we can't get our big marquee signings, if we want to look for a cheap deal, I'd definitely go for Thuram.
All right, thank you very much, football head stylist, and also Danny Boy. Danny Boy, Paige is going to answer your question right now for you. Paige.
Yes, hello. Sorry, it just full on crashed. So
are you back to that headphone again?
Yeah. Can you hear?
It sounds like you're in the sawmill. But all right, go ahead, Paige. Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
Does it sound alright? Is it alright? It just full on crashed. So what was the question? Who's it for?
Did I clip it? I think I think a player, Danny Boy.
Is it Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia. Yeah.
I watched her once play and she was crap. She's using the game to grow.
Paige, we can't hear you. I can hear you talk, but it's hardly to make what you're trying to say. That paper mill machine there is making a lot of noise. Paper mill machine.
It's full on crashed. 1 minute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. It sounds a little bit better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Alicia Lehman. I think at the minute of Alicia, she is heavily publicised on social media, and she does do it. You see her on TikTok, you see her on Instagram. But I think she's trying to prove a point. Like women get sexualised a lot, but then she's also trying to look like a girl whilst playing football, even though it should be a thing. But, girls are allowed to play football and look girly. So it's one of them, which I think is helping her grow her fan page a bit because, it's easy to sexualise that. But you've also got to think of her as a player. And she's doing all right, She's not an absolute baller, but she's a footballer. she's doing that professionally.
Danny boy, I hope Paige answered your question the way you wanted it. So yeah, I'm sure that'll make a lot of sense coming from it. Big up to you, King of Animals. Says Dembele is still fast. He made the fastest run in UCL this year. So I'm sure my brother Brandon is not really a fan of him. So Scarlet United, what do you make of Dembele, a replacement for Anthony Martial?
Dembele. Usman Dembele?
Yeah, no, not Ousmane Dembele, Musa Dembele.
Isn't he at Celtic? No, that
Yeah.
one. No, man. I mean, that's too much of a step down. I don't think he's the kind of player we should be going for. I remember us being linked under him being linked under Solskjaer, but I don't think he's the kind of level of striker. I rather, like someone mentioned about Marcus Thuram. I don't
Mhm.
rate him either. I don't think he's any like he's 25 and I watched him in the World Cup. I don't think he just reminds me of Antonio from West Ham. Strong, powerful, and runs in straight lines if you give him space. But I rather him than I think the Musa Dembele is like mid-table, like an Everton striker. Oh, I don't want him.
All right, I like this question. Also, we have another one here. Let's see. This is coming from Abdichet said, why is Sam Kerr on the front of FIFA with Mbappe?
Ooh.
Mbappe makes 1,000 times what she makes. I mean, they're trying to hype the women football.
That's
I play FIFA myself, so sometimes when I get in there, I use U.S. national team women and also use Chelsea women, which those teams are rocking. So yeah, they're trying to hype, and you have to give equality on
it's
all
not.
this platform. Also, go ahead, Staff. You can give an answer for that.
Sorry, it's just a heavy interest. It's not about money, football is football. You've got, well, sorry, I can't say that, but you've got women's football and you've got male football. So it's not about how much, like, it is in a way, but we won't go into that because that's a big conversation. It's not
I
about,
mean,
like, yeah, Mbappe does make a lot of money compared to Sam Kerr, but it's still enhancing that both can play football. You know what I mean? I don't know if
yeah,
anyone's
I know what you mean.
got an
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, the gap, the competition is wide. You cannot compare the women football to the men football. The women football is still under development. It's getting there. It's getting there, which we've seen the numbers and records in terms of just the ended European competition where the Lionesses won it. So the numbers are rising. They keep going up. So the more that Dijon is showing this competition free on YouTube, that should tell you, is although it's free, but then they're making money off YouTube. And also they are they're giving that exposure to the world where people can get into. Me, I was attached to women football for a very long time. If you're looking from my background, where I'm coming from, the country gives so much opportunity to women football. If Nigerian women have dominated the African terrain for quite a long time, so with the Ghanaian women, they've dominated. Cameroonian women are also coming in. South African women are also coming in, also trying to compete with the outside world. We've seen what the Chinese have done, the Koreans have done, the Japanese have also done, and also the American national team. The women have done it many, many times. The Germans are always pushing, and also now the English ladies are coming into that position. We saw what they did in just the last World Cup. They were very, very close. They were close. So the women game are also coming in, is attracting a lot of investors. So they're investing more into the women's game. I'm very, very happy for the law that they just passed in England in terms of trying to put the game into high schools and colleges and also elementary and premier. So for the girls to start playing from that lower stage before they become pro. So I'm very, very happy. And also I support women football. That's the main reason why we have Paige on this platform to take us through that, help me out with the women football so I can concentrate more also on other aspect. Okay, Danny Boy said, put Paige, don't you think women football? It says, but Paige, don't you think women football will succeed if more girls watch it? I mean, males can't be your total target audience. I mean, we should be part of it, and we have to remember when the male goes to the women football and the males goes to watch the male football, they go with their wives, their mistresses, their girlfriends, everything. So it's not just the males going to just watch the male football. They go with their girlfriends, their families, and all that kind of stuff, trying
Mm-hmm.
to give them that exposure. Let's look at it the other way. So when we are also going to watch the female game, we go with our wives and girlfriend, mistresses, whatever you want to call it, us trying to get them into the game. So it's here and there. It's not just
Yeah.
yeah. And also, it's not just the male. They are trying to, attract sponsors for them to come in and support the game. FIFA is supporting some care, and it's not just some care, but the whole of Chelsea Football Club. They're hyping the Chelsea Football Club and also the WSL competition. So now, back in the days, you barely see women competition in FIFA, but then they've done it, I think, 3 seasons. FIFA 2021, 22, 23. They've added a women game to it where you can play a competition when the window is open. You can go in and play under whatever team you want to play and try to win something. So yeah, so I support that. I support what
Yeah.
FIFA is doing.
Sorry, I just
Paige, go
well,
ahead, add it to it. Yeah.
from Danny's statement, obviously, problem with women football is it's a generation thing, it's a century thing. Obviously, it depends on your history and stuff because I did a degree in it anyway. But sport wise, back in World War II, where the women actually played football more than the men, because obviously the men went to war. When the men came back from war, women got banned from playing football. They weren't allowed to play football. So then obviously men have grown and grown and grown, and obviously they've built more of a popularity towards men's football. However, with women, they weren't able to, so therefore they've delayed the time of being able to play, which has then caused this, as well as obviously there's obviously loads of things. It's sexualization of the sport. It's not being a women's sport. You've got netball and cricket and other games. It's like rugby. Rugby's kind of similar. Rugby's seen as a men's sport, but now it's also a women's sport. So again, it's just looking at that, and it's something I think as we go on, equality is coming into it now as well. It will hopefully women's football will get bigger, which it is. It's getting there. But that is my opinion on it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Danny Boy said, well said. If Paige camera was on, I would have clicked that and put it on the platform for people to hear that knowledge coming from here. But unfortunately, we didn't have it today. But then next time we'll try and see if we can do that. Scala will you take what's that? Would you take who? Dizazi as a replacement for Maguire. I'm sure he's hearing it. Hayes should manage the male CFC. It'll be very difficult for her. For UFC and the tennis, I only watch women, not men. That is Phantom of Many Topics. The betting side will underwrite the women's league they do for women's tennis and then UFC, but why not soccer? I'm not so sure. It takes a lot of statistics to get into it, but I'm sure they will. With time, they will. Paige, you watch cricket? I mean, the women's cricket is doing so much, and it isn't even close to football popularity.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah. Put Page. Don't. Oh, sorry, I've read it. But Page. I said put Page. Women always get paid less, mate. It is true. It is time. With time, I know equality, but you cannot compare everything that the men do to what the women. The woman cannot do everything exactly as the man can do. You get me? But they can do closely to what the women. The men does. With that one, I know a lot of women that can even lift up weights that some men cannot do. It is there. I have a lot of evidence in that. But then in terms of the numbers, the men can do more. But all would take time. It's all has to do with Asian Greece, Asian world, how women were being portrayed in books that we've read and all that kind of. I don't want to go deeply into this conversation. I might end up getting confused, or I might end up saying something that is not supposed to say on the platform. Although I support women football, I support a woman to be able to get what the men are making. So yeah, I'll drop that conversation right now. I'm sure Mr. Scala, you have anything in regards to Manchester United or anything else you want to share with us before we can drop a Manchester United conversation and move on to a different conversation here? I'm sure Mr. Brandon has some more to say.
I mean, someone asked, will I take this as I think it's Axel Disasi from Monaco, centre back.
Yeah,
I mean, look, to
exactly. Yeah,
replace Maguire, I'll take anyone to replace Maguire. Forget about Disasi. I just don't want to see Maguire, putting on a United shirt next season. I mean, the comments I've been seeing today, what he has given in an interview. I don't know if it was an interview or not, but he's saying stuff like, I have nothing to prove. I have, I mean, people know what I bring to the table and all those kind of stuff. And he's saying this in the presence of, players like Casemiro who have won 5 Champions League and they're going to give it their all in the Europa League. I mean, Casemiro doesn't need to, he has achieved everything in football apart from the World Cup. But he's
yeah,
joined United, and he's been arguably our best player alongside, Martinez, and you can even say De Gea. But Maguire, whose biggest achievement was just like, a month ago, winning a Carabao Cup, which he didn't play.
yeah.
So look, obviously I'll take anyone over Maguire. And Disasi is a good player, man. I watched some of his clips, but again, it's the French league. So I'm very skeptical about, centre backs from that league. I'm skeptical about centre forwards from Serie A and Bundesliga and centre backs from, Liga. So yeah, I mean, look, we bought Eric Bailly from that league, and that guy hasn't. I don't think he has even played 10 games ever, consistently in a row.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take him.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ryan's not here. Ryan is not here. I had a Liverpool question for him, but then I think we lost Ryan for a minute. So let's try to wrap up. We have just 4 minutes left, and go back to Mr. Brandon again. Mr. Brandon, anything you want to add to the stream in terms of all the conversations we have? Anything you haven't said? What Mr. Herbert also just said.
Yeah, I mean, Maguire, he's an England international. He's obviously going to, say that he's happy with himself and he's performed well. I saw that he said in the last 9 or 10 games he's started that we've won, but it's games like against Charlton in the league or like Ammonia in the Europa League. These are games you expect to win. The big games where like Newcastle in the final, he comes on for 5 minutes. When we beat Man City at home, I think he might have come on for 5 minutes. Like he just comes on to see the game out now. He doesn't start the big games anymore. So we do need to replace him. Axel Disasi is a very good centre back for Monaco, and I understand the argument where you don't get good players from there, but when you look at someone like Patrice Evra, he was we got him from the French league from Monaco, same as Disasi. He did very well. Benoit Badiashile, I think he looks like a very good centre half. He's come from France, so I wouldn't knock a player just from the league he's come from. I think you've got to take risks on players, just like we might have to take a risk on Osimhen. So yeah, not much more to add other than that, really.
All right, so that is coming from Mr. Brandon. Thank you very much. And I have some tough questions here, and probably we're gonna try and get those answers across the board. And this is coming from a Phantom of Many topic. He said that Ronda Rousey is my favorite UCL fighter. Thank you. Yeah, I watched her. I think she was included in the one of those series from Sylvester Stallone. Those one of those movies that came. I think this is it. Something dependable. I can't remember the whole title. Okay. One of those series coming from Sylvester Stallone, and also Danny Boy said, "Paige, who is your favorite United male player?" You have any? Do you have any, Paige?
Is this United we're on about? I'd probably say Rashford. Obviously, respect because obviously he's an England player as well. So following a lot from the England games. I'd probably say him. I don't really follow United really. Well, Chelsea are playing them in a few weeks. But I'd probably say Rashford. I'd probably go for Rashford. Because
stop you and Phantom. Yo, rocking my day says, yeah, Phantom, we know Madonna was in it. All right. Since Phantom said Ronda Rousey, so now Phantom said, yeah, Madonna.
No, is that not from A League of Their Own? Madonna is in that film. If you go further up, it's done about women's baseball.
Oh, why are you talking about Randa? Talk about football also Southgate is the same. Same as Potter. All right, so guys, my two questions that I have here is why. Okay, two questions that with Lukaku back in goal scoring form, should Chelsea give him another chance to prove himself? Or and also the second one is Nagelsmann. Is Nagelsmann the right candidate to replace Conte? What do you guys make of this? Guys, if you're listening in the comment, please lay down your answer. And I'm gonna start with Paige. I'll start with Lukaku since she's a Chelsea supporter. With Lukaku back in scoring, would you like him back? Would you like give him a chance?
I mean, you might not have a chance at the end of the day. However, compared to last season, I think we probably could if we desperately needed him as a player. But again, we just need to look further into how well he is actually performing because obviously it doesn't take just one to score goals. So I think it's still continuing to look at how he's doing for the rest of the season and then make this decision by summer.
What do you think of Nagelsmann to replace Conte at Tottenham Hotspur?
I don't know, obviously Kante's coming back for injury, so we don't know how strong he's going to be. Obviously, it could be another Reece James that he might just go back out of injury. So I think it is an option just to have a new player in, and we've got someone strong who can play in Kante's position.
Thank you very much, Miss Page. Lord Veponation said the Nagelsmann, boldly, you know what you need to do. He wants Nagelsmann. I'm also in English, but I don't rate Southgate. One beat. What about you, Paige?
I watched the game the other day. I was literally not interested in the game at all. Like, as soon as just watching the first 20 minutes of it before they scored, I was just like, this is just boring. I felt like I was watching Chelsea again. I was just like, what is this? And then they scored. I was like, oh, right, beautiful. And then we got a pen. I just didn't see anything. I was bored. It just, I'd agree with you there. I'm not a fan of Southgate anymore.
All right. Paige, also in the same line with you. Danny Boy, she doesn't really like Southgate. Yes, Madonna was in the league of their own. I don't get it. Madonna. I don't get.
Sorry, Madonna, the singer, Madonna, the person, was in the film League of Their Own. If you went further up in the comments, they were going on about a women's baseball game, League of Their Own.
Oh, okay.
Which Madonna starred in it, basically. But yeah.
All right, Stav, what do you know about Manila? Yeah, guys, come on, bully. I have no interest in the Philippines. Okay. All right, so let's go to Scarlet United. No, let's go to Brandon on my left-hand side. Mr. Brandon, in terms of my two questions, what's your take on that?
Well, Southgate, was it? Oh, you're at Lukaku.
Lukaku back to scoring way. Should Chelsea give him a chance? And also, is Nagelsmann the right candidate to replace Conte?
I don't think a hat-trick against Sweden means he should be back in Chelsea's squad. He's a good player, but he has a touch like he's wearing Timberland boots. And I watched him at United for 2 seasons, and his first season he did well, but he couldn't score against any big teams. And in the second season, he had a purple patch when we beat PSG away. He scored a brace against Southampton, but honestly, I don't think he's got that mentality anymore that he wants to be in the Premier League. I think he's tried it with 2 different clubs. It's not been very successful for him, so I can't imagine he'd want to come back to the Premier, even if Chelsea wanted to give him a chance. Personally, I don't think he would.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brandon, for that. Lukaku is lamppost on steroids. Lamppost on steroids. Thank you very much, Mr. Lord, for your comment. Let's go to Scarlet United. I know he's very, very late, so I can let him go. He's very late at his country. Scarlet United, can you wrap it up with us with those 2 questions? And then I can say thank you very much for being here on the platform today. Mr. Herbert.
I didn't hear your question. What was it?
With Lukaku back in goal scoring form, should Chelsea give him another chance to prove himself? Or the second one is Nagelsmann the right person to replace Antonio Conte at Tottenham Hotspur?
I mean, about Lukaku, did he do an interview of literally slating your club and saying that how much he loves Inter Milan. Look, whether there is Tuchel or no Tuchel, I mean, we can all say that he didn't want Lukaku, Thomas Tuchel. He wanted probably all in Haaland, but Chelsea didn't buy him because of his release clause. But look, no man, I think that door has closed. I don't think you can go back to Romelu. I think it is pretty evident that he doesn't like Chelsea. I mean, I don't think even Inter Milan want him back. I think he will be back on your books. And I mean, look, I would love Chelsea to keep Lukaku, which would mean that you won't probably go in for Osimhen. I mean, it could be done. Like you might do some kind of a switch
Mhm.
or with Napoli, and you can give Lukaku plus some cash. Maybe. I mean, I don't know why Napoli would want him, but yeah, man, I don't think that's an option for you guys. I think he has shut the door by himself, so there is no point in you guys going and opening it. And about Nagelsmann, I mean, look, any manager who goes to Tottenham, it's a bit of a poison chalice, because there is no money to spend. And the only positive about Nagelsmann is that he's a project manager. I mean, he did well with Leipzig team, and he's only, I think, 34 or 35 something, so he's quite young. And I mean, there is no expectation at Tottenham to win anything. So I mean, it could be a good thing, but again, with Levy and that club is not spending any
Mhm.
money.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he'll take it, but he will be a hot favorite man. I mean, I'm hearing Chelsea fan want him. They don't want Potter, they want Nagelsmann. So I mean, if Chelsea come calling for Julian Nagelsmann, that would be very interesting, wouldn't it?
I think it'll be too early to call for Nagelsmann because Nagelsmann and Thomas Tuchel are pretty much the same. If you can even tell Nagelsmann have won a big trophy at the German league, not even compared to what Graham Potter have won so far. But then I think Chelsea should be okay with what they have with Thomas. I mean, Graham Potter, and then also see the future. If next season doesn't work well for Potter, then Chelsea can look somewhere else. So Mr. Herbert, I want to say thank you very much for being here with us. If you have anything you want to share with us, you're always welcome to share with us before you hop off.
No, I mean, thanks for having me. I mean, this is probably the first time I've been on you. I mean, I've been many times on your show, but this is the first time I've seen lots of representation of different topics, including women's football. So it was nice to hear, that side of, because obviously, I mean, my own mistakes. I mean, I don't watch the women's team, but it was nice to hear, the insights. I mean, I know a few things about the women's team in terms of what's happening, but obviously I'm not into it. So it was good to hear that, that perspective. So obviously, kudos to you for bringing, that side of, football, obviously, because we are focused on the male side. So it's good to have that. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to whatever the next shows are. And obviously, the Premier League will be back next week. So, I mean, you mentioned about, the problem for content creators. And I think that should be good because this is the last international break.
Thank you very much for appreciating what we're doing here. And I'm always saying this. That's the main reason why I have to be fishing out very well, trying to find someone who can help this platform be able to bring in more interesting content on women football. So, Paige, I'm very, very blessed and very happy to have Paige on this platform who helped me out with this. And I hope a lot of people say this platform is really, really underrated. But it all takes time. It's not about what you know. It's all about who you know. They'll tell you many times that you have to go to school and finish that and become that and become that. But it's not just that. After you're done with school, and if you know it, you don't know anyone that can help you get to that field, you won't get there. So that is a little bit of what this platform might be lacking, but all come with time. It will take time to get there, and we have other things we're doing behind the scenes to be able to get that recognition. And I know it will take time. So I'm very, very happy with Brandon and also Paige, who are also giving us that exposure on their platform. And it will take time, but then we'll get there. Danny Boy said the Page I saw Southgate once at Holland Park, and I swear he looked delusional walking his dog. That sounds very funny. Lampos on steroid who got a hat trick that is coming from staff. He means that he's a lamppost on steroid, but he still got a hat trick. I don't see no goal scoring from scoring versus Sweden. No tanks. I think he means you're not welcome. Lukaku also Nagelsmann will be interesting, but going to Tottenham is a waste of time. They won't win anything coming from Lord Vipper Nation. So yeah, Page see that to be very funny. Lord to Stav said Gunter versus Sweden. Okay. Potter has to go coming from Lord. I know where Lord stands in terms of Graham Potter. He doesn't support Potter at all. Lord Vipper Nation said Nagelsmann is also good with young players. Yes, he works well with young players. But what I read yesterday, Nagelsmann doesn't want to give chance to young players at Bayern Munich. Yes, there are so many evidence that goes, and also he antagonized players. He antagonized people. He has so many issues with Neuer, who has been a legend of the football club, who is still playing. Excuse me, who is still playing very well. He has issues with Thomas Muller, also another player, and we read that he hasn't developed, or if I wouldn't say developed, he hasn't helped certain players, which is Leroy Sani, and also Sadio Mane, who has been struggling to hit to get to their best form at the Bundesliga when they came back from injury. So a lot of issues also going against Julian Nagelsmann, but he was tagged as the future manager and also long-term manager, long-term project for Bayern Munich. But it happens. It happens. Bayern Munich are just like Chelsea. When it doesn't go well, they will trigger. They will let you see you out of the door. And now the new person in here will be Thomas Tuchel. But I'm telling you the truth, Tuchel will not last long. Tuchel will not last long. Over the years, he fall out with Borussia Dortmund team. The managers, he fall out with them. The same thing happened with PSG. The same thing happened with Chelsea. He will fall out with the manager. Tuchel will not last long, in my opinion. People need to forget Sky Sports BS about the interview and actually find the interview as it was. Okay, yes, I've said that many times on this platform. Lord Sweden is what? It's a question. You talk like Sweden are the for in Ireland
Faroe
or
Island or Gibraltar.
Ferry Island or Gibraltar. Okay, that is coming from Stav, and also well said, Scala United. Thank you very much, Scala. And also Potter going in nowhere time. Okay, you learn to live with it. Coming from staff, Potter won't do anything. Gunto, clip it. All right, it's back up front with Lord and staff. Developed yet Bayern Munich 8 out of 8 in the Champions League. In the title race with Dortmund, he is doing fine, but it's just behind the scenes. Okay, Lord said that he has got the last 8 of the Champions League at the first attempt. You clip it. Okay, stuff as in win a trophy. Okay. All right, so guys, it's way past the time. I want to give time. Other Brandon has stuff to do. Stav is also tired. She's got stuff to do before tomorrow. So I'm gonna let them. We're gonna wrap it up. Brandon, brother, it's always nice to have you on Blue Clouds Media. What do you want to say before we bring the stream to end? Can you wrap it up for us before I go to page, Mr. Brandon?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always. I appreciate you having me on to express my views, especially on Manchester United. It's something that I'd like to think I know a decent enough amount about. So
yeah,
I just want to say thank you to you for having me on. Paige, lovely as always. I'll let you take over now, but thank you for having me on.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and have a good night, brother. I'm gonna finish with Paige. Paige, over to you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for having me on another great live stream. Great to really interact with you guys as well as go through some interesting topics. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and get your notifications on so you can see when we are next streaming.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Paige is, Paige doesn't hesitate and she doesn't hesitate when I call on her. She always make it a point to join us here and also interact with us. So I want to thank each and everyone that have been in the comment section. Too many of you have been there. I can't mention everyone's name today, but then y'all know yourself. Y'all know yourself. All right, Tuchel won the trophy in and how many months? 4 months. That is coming from Lord with no spending. Okay, Tuchel won nothing for 8 years. All right, stop talking about the past. Tell me, Potter's CV.
Quite funny,
Okay.
really.
Yeah. Potter's CV right now is not the best, but let's hope that he can start writing something good when he's as a manager as a Chelsea. He's with Chelsea right now. So thank you guys. Stop. That's okay. He won the trophy after Lampard got us out of the group. Going to still count. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you very much. Brandon and Paige, you guys have enjoyed the rest of the evening. We'll see you guys again. Hopefully, maybe I'm not so sure about tomorrow, but Sundays I do take days off since we're also on international break. I might do YouTube shorts, but not a live stream. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Leo Desperandos, like I say, which means hang on to hope. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Lord, it's enough. Also, Gunto, anyone will get out of the group. It was an easy group. All right, it's coming from Lord. All right, guys, good night. See you again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue. Paige, you say peace?
Peace out.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.